You want to share it in here so I'm not on
Oh,
delay?
yes, that's right. Forgot we had a new lobby. I had shared it with you at first. Lob. That is a dive caught there by Wario. We got Boomerang Bro up here now. Are you going Boomerang Bro every time in Big Ball of Hells?
I go Boomerang Bro in every mode every time, so there is no doubt for me, no matter what the mode. But no, I think a lot of people really like Boomerang Bro. I think this here is probably one of his worst stadiums, just because it feels like it goes foul a lot of the time that you hit that down the line. But, God, ball goes so far.
The ball indeed does go so far. I'm trying to get the logo to pop back up, but that's
Nice
going
play. And I think that this is a big one there, is that you're playing on Garden now. This is where you have to hit, like, perfects are what matter so much more in here. It's a faceman going KB as the pitcher.
Yeah, that's interesting. And that's going to be hit well, but not well enough. Jump caught.
Yeah, because I think you saw right there, like 2 hits already would have been home runs at most stadiums, and here they're just flyouts. So I think it changed it up. I think a lot more time you can start sitting and trying to go for center field. PD again, unless there's a note block. Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to worry about that anymore. Sorry, I was distracted with these teams and everything. I'm just going to try to make everything look all pretty and make sure the controllers are up. But I love me some Bowser. I'm always happy to have big bad Bows on my team. Still think he's first overall pick material in Balla, certainly.
I think no doubt he's top 3. I think definitely with the rise of Boomerang Bro and KB stocks, I think those are the 2 debates, because that curb traj just does so well in here, but in Starzon, but can't deny Bowser when he's on it. It's a 3-4 home run game.
Yep, absolutely. And Yoshi, that's not going to find some grass.
Now we got a couple here, and I think Faceman did take. Took popcorn. I saw on first base, which seems like a wild choice, but I think you're gonna see Faceman slapping a lot with a bunch of his characters. You saw it with Yoshi already. Nice play by Wario, but I think you're gonna see it with Toadette. You're gonna possibly see it with Toad, because unless you're getting a perfect with Toad, it's definitely not going out here. So,
what's interesting too, Toadette and Toad on the same team, but no Peach on the Faceman team.
Yep.
So
and Toasty's a big proprietary of, like, he has said many times that even if he's not pitching with Peach, hates to play against and thinks that Peach is really strong.
Yeah, so some counter picking there. Ooh, but there's Yoshi. Whoa!
Mystery block turns into note block, bounces off into tongue catch. What a standard sequence we see every game of Mario Baseball.
That's at least a game breaker V2 if we're talking about style points right there. For sure.
I'm thinking, like, I'm just listening in my head and just hearing "It's Tricky" popping off right now, because this is exactly what I hear from my SSX days.
Well, so far this has been a Garden game. No hits through 2, but plenty of time left in this ball game here between 2 competitors that can turn it on in a hurry. Bowser!
I think he needed that running jump, was the only way he was catching that.
Good hustle, though.
And I will call out the one thing. I think that we do see Faceman a lot in NNL, and getting Peach away from Faceman, I think, is such a good call, because Faceman's Peach feels like Bowser. Like,
yeah.
It feels inevitable.
For those that don't know, Faceman very good at them rhythm games, so the reaction time very elite, so very, very good at those precise timings, those late charges, those precise movements and inputs that you need to do damage with a character like Peach. And but again, right now we're seeing two of the best in the biz going at it here and in Garden. So this could be every base hit counts, or it could turn into one of those Garden games where we see double digits. These 2 teams are very differently drafted, 2 very different philosophies between both captains here.
there, and we finally saw the first slap. Like that's what always feels tougher. You know, in Stars On, I feel like you start getting the slaps down, and yeah, you suffer from trage once in a while, but you know, you feel like you can get into that better rhythm. Here, I in Stars On, it feels sometimes like just I'm hoping and praying. Oh, off the noggin, but Wario lost of time to recover.
I don't know if Nooch or some of the eggheads are in the chat. What determines how knocked out you get by a bobble and where the ball goes? Height, width, parameter, you know, circumference. Wow! Back-to-back bobbles, knockout bobbles.
Yeah, I was gonna say the numbers you want to know now because we got to watch it twice.
Data, they're right there. That's what they call it.
Are getting drilled.
Ball angle depends on what side of the body it hits on. If I asked you to define what a parabola is right now, Hells, could you do it as Luigi goes down on strikes?
Yeah, I can do it in real life, but I don't care at all about... in Mario Baseball, the number I care about is the number on the scoreboard.
Well, I'm just asking what a parabola is in general. That's just a word that came to my mind, and I'm just curious if you can actually define it.
Yeah, parabola is basically like the distance from a fixed point. So kind of like it's like an arc.
And it's gonna get down the curve trage in the bush. Threw Luigi
tough.
off.
Luigi was right under that. I definitely didn't even think that.
I definitely
that was
thought
any
that's. I think one of those ones that might have been where you thought you were in a position to make the play.
That's the one hazard here that's where not many people talk about is the bushes on Garden. Can play a little bit of tricks.
Definitely. Sleepy, I don't know who picked Garden. I'm not going to lie. I missed out. DK back-to-back big plays. Unable to get the double play, though.
Big here, and if we're going to see... Are we going to see that Yoshi slap again?
Trying to get maybe Kem with Birdo. Is that going to hit the block? Nope.
Yeah, I think that we're going to see that each time. I know there's a few big Yoshi slap believers in Stars On. I am not one of them.
I might be thinking about a slap here with DK, honestly. Set up PD Kem. We know PD can leave the yard. You got Bowser going 3. Ooh. You want that pitch back if you're Toastyy, certainly. 1 and 2 now.
Toastyy loves the DK charge, though. I don't think he's ever...
Yeah, but he settles, but there's that Yoshi.
Yeah.
The ultimate...
I don't even think that one mattered, even if he got the left fielder was catching that.
Yep. I think there was plenty there. DK so far been neutered. Is that going to leave the yard? Yes, it is!
It's gone! There's one!
That one had just enough. That's kind of like the movies when they're at the castle and the arrow flies and just takes out like the one guy at the top and they just like fall over. That one just had enough to get over.
Yeah, that was just a nice snipe down the line. Now he wants to do the exact same thing with Bowser. Put that exact same spot. I thought we were seeing it.
And, you know, we were talking too, is that's going to get down for a single. I do not want the best viewers on Streambo. I know you've dropped into the chat 3 days in a row with 3 different accounts, spam. But I don't want it. Anyway, we were talking about how big of a deal trage is and just kind of like, you know, how home run dependent this can be. Perfect! From Boo! Youch!
Absolutely crushed. Toastyy takes the lead and sends a statement a bit, I think. You know, before that was no hits, but I think he's reading the KB now.
Again, interesting that we have KB on the bump here. When you look, though, not a ton of dominant arms on the faceman team, but great defense. You know, I think that's kind of the thing was like, if not planning on losing, if you're going to go down on home runs at Garden, like that's one thing. Faceman's got the defense to kind of win in the margins there. Yeah. But that offense is going to be a little bit more suspect here because, like, this is a, you know, are you really that intimidated by Birdo, Toadette, and Corn Pop? But hey,
you can be intimidated with the slaps. This is what he's built around, is getting a couple of runners on and then doing it from there. Unlike Toastyy, who just wants to keep hitting dingers.
Yep, not just say it's Garden, Jungle, DK Palace, Daisy Cruiser, Peach Ice Garden, don't matter. We hit dingers is the Toastyy philosophy. Here's Corn Pop with that Kem.
This is where the danger is. I was wondering if we were going to see Corn Pop pitcher is what I was actually thinking when I saw after the draft, but he's been playing first base and been serviceable.
Maybe the bullpen option as well. But certainly, you know, the Toad bat, if you are someone that likes a Toad, Corn Pop's going to watch that one go through. If you can execute with Toads, they can certainly do a job. Double play liner. Tough luck for Faceman.
And that's a killer. He did exactly what he wanted with his lineup to start. Got the first 2 on, and that just hurts, and that's what you're scared of. Because, again, everybody in Stars on, or Balla, those ones, they just all have cannons to make that out.
Yeah, there's just nothing you can do there. I mean, right back to Boo, too. But, again, you know, if you can keep the ball in the yard, you have the defense, you can get yourself back up. It's just the game, the clock will start ticking here sooner rather than later because we are in the 5th. So it's not panic time yet, but you're going to have to start capitalizing here. That's going to find a way to get through. Both Madge and Yoshi right there. And Mario hits that one with just enough gusto to get through.
And against this lineup, it's not easy to hit that. Oh, he's got that down the line, but I think... Oh, Toadette's no, she's late on it.
And Mario is rounding. Birdo fires it in. Perfect relay. Cuts him down at the plate. Look at that. All old-fashioned, too. No chem, no lasers. That was just baseball right there.
Yeah, that's fundamentals there. I was going to say it looks like it's going to be a close one. I wasn't quite certain, but I thought he could push it.
Wow. Off the bat, that ball looked hammered.
Anywhere but Garden. That's crushed there, and then you got to think, like, if you have a blue Noki on base there, that's definitely gone.
Yep, and you know, a lot of people when you think Garden, when you got Stars on or Stars off, you have the star swings to kind of navigate the complexities of this ballpark. Here, it's going to come, you know, luck plays a factor when you're playing a big ball, especially at this stage here. You know, it matters. Garden is a serious counter pick. That's why we've seen it now in back-to-back games on stream.
Yeah, I think the big one is, like, if I'm picking Garden, I have the confidence that I'm going to hit more perfects than you. That's usually what that means to me. Is that, like, you know, I'm not going to play you can get the low trage on the perfects, but it's not just good hits. I'm going to hit the perfect hit each time.
The one thing that I'm not seeing a ton of, at least we haven't seen it, maybe that it hasn't linked up, is some chem. I'm a big believer in chem and Balla. Front of the block, Birdo! We've now seen 2 off the blocks eliminated by that double dino infield. Wow!
Seeing it once is rare enough, but double rainbow all the way right now.
Exactly, and Toadette's going to make a great play. The defense, Faceman's made the big plays, is right there on the scoreboard when it comes to hits, but still down 3 here as we head to the top of the 7th.
I mean, that's what Faceman drafted that team against that defense. Like, it's really hard to hit that line drive through, and this is where, oh my god, even Peach makes it. I was going to say where he gets punished for not having a good defense, but Peach shows she can do it on the bump, and she can do it in center field.
Just needed a little bit more oomph, and that one could have hit off the wall, and that's going to just miss the block. Because if that hits off the wall, that's going to be good when Peach takes a face full of dirt. That's going to bounce by her, and that's extra bases. Birdo rips this one, but Mario's there. And, you know, sometimes when you have drafts at Garden, sometimes you're on a team where the defense really suffers. Toastyy's defense certainly not bad. I mean, you got Mario, Luigi, and Peach roaming the outfield here. Is it the best one? No, but it's certainly better than some other options that you could find yourself with.
Yeah. I think it's never going to be a bad one, but, oh, man, you can't compare to what this is, though. Like, Yoshi, just absolute robbery. Grab him from the bushes.
Wario hits this one well. Toadette. In case you're new watching and you're curious why we see so many times the players are jumping before they catch the ball, that actually eliminates the chance at bobbling. You can't bobble when you jump catch. It's, you know, when you ask Hells and I, we have a different opinion, but when you're talking about if you need a safe call, you need to make sure you're eliminating the chances, especially at this stage. It is obviously a smart thing to do. Double play, big body Bowser doing it all himself.
Toadette has been doubled up twice now, which I think out of the doubled up twice in 3 innings, which just really, it's such a momentum killer. And another one. Making this tough now is honestly 3 outs away. This game is absolutely flying right now. Mm-hmm. We've only seen 10 hits, no walks. Absolutely massive, so...
And this is winner's side, so the loser of this game, not out of it yet, but the winner of this one heads to grand finals. The loser of this one takes on Flatbread, who's looking to make his stake. for
Flatbread's had a
flatbreaders
losers
everywhere.
run. Yeah, really nice one. Has taken on some big W's, so be a big one. And I think we're about to go to the 9th here, Baltor again.
Yep.
Mock speed right now.
Yep. I mean, faceman again. Both of these players have been effective. It's just been the breaks have gone towards Toastyy. Can Toastyy slam the door, or can faceman get things going? One pitch, one out. Efficiency there.
Yep. Now you got the part of the lineup that this is what I mean. Faceman, you draft your team. This is who you want.
Yep, and you got to convert. I mean, you got to get him on at least. I mean, it's Garden, so home runs are going to be a premium, but you got to get on at least here.
Yeah, right.
As Toastyy is
Right
eyeing
after Faceman,
his
you just want
fifth
that shallow right.
big Balla title, and wow, what a pitch! Freezes Boomerang Bro, and Faceman, if he wants to stay on winner's side, is going to have to come up big with 2 outs here.
Yeah, Q's right
Hit
now.
well,
KB
but
sends
it's
it,
high.
but it's not far enough.
That is out.
And it's over.
It's over.
Wow.
It's quick. And it's a 3-0 victory. Toastyy moves on.
Toastyy wants that wants another one. Says I've got a, I've collected my infinity stones.